Everyone, thank you for tuning back into the channel. Today, we're going to talk about how I lost $360,000 gambling. Guys, yes, that's true. No exaggeration. $360,000. And I'm going to talk about, how I got there, lessons I learned, and really, what the experience has been like. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I used to be ranked third in the world in Call of Duty, but I was an absolute loser. I went on a 10-year massive self-improvement journey, and I made this channel to kind of document and give back and share the things I learned along the way. Now, before we hop into the content, I do want to preface, the second video on my channel talks about my net worth, and, so I'm still doing really, really well for myself, even though I lost $360,000. I took a gamble to make, multi-million dollars, hopefully while I was young and single, and it, seems like it's not paying off so far. Guys, just want to add a quick disclaimer. I am not a gambling addict. I just want to throw that out there. I know that might sound a little crazy with the number that I lost, but just want to throw that out there. So we're going to start the video off with how this happened, and then we're going to end the video with why I took these risks, how I feel today about it, and my plan going forward. So guys, at the end of the day, everyone's different. Everyone has a different net worth. Everyone has different risk tolerances and, different situations in life, right? Do they have mouths to feed? Are they married? Are they supporting people, or are they single like me? So guys, first we're going to talk about, how this happened. So these $360,000 is broken down into $110,000 of it is poker, specifically no limit hold'em. And the other $250,000 is in crypto. So I'll start with crypto. So in crypto, I had, a super heavy altcoin portfolio. I should have gone more into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, kind of the safer coins in the top 10, the top 50, the top 100. But unfortunately, I went super, super heavy into some more degenerate coins. I actually invested $150,000 into a coin called Caspa. I still have, extreme conviction in that long term, but I'm currently down 50%. I'm down $75,000 on that one. Another coin is called Arc Block. This is literally a micro cap play. It has like an $18 million market cap right now. So super risky, super potential for the upside. But I'm down 70% of that one. I invested $55,000 in that. I'm down like 40 grand on that. Another one is a meme coin on Solana called Bunk. That's a pretty safe one that'll come back, but I invested $20,000 into that one. Turbo is another meme coin. Invested $32,000 into that one. I was up 35K at one point, so down 30, or invested 32,000. I'm down 30%. And then the other ones are just pure crap coins, shit coins that I went into that have rugged, or just they're never going to come back. They're down like 95%. I also joined a Discord community, and the guy ended up being a scammer in one of these communities. I'm in many communities, but, I would take his advice, and he ended up scamming his audience. So guys, if you're into crypto, is it either going to be the end of the 4-year cycle? If there's massive manipulation, extreme fear right now, the Trump tariffs, China situation going on. So we'll see if it'll end up bouncing back. And I am optimistic on the crypto side that I will break even or get above even one day, hopefully. But there's a chance I might lose it all. Guys, going now into the poker side of things. So played a lot of poker as a kid, didn't play it for like 10 years. Went to the casino with my buddy. Long story short, I was like, oh, I used to play that game as a kid. Let me go play poker. And I just played it, and I was like, wow, I fucking love this shit. So I started playing a lot of poker tournaments, a lot of cash games. I was a fish at the table, right? I didn't really study and put in the time away from the table. I just started playing for money right away. I've been playing massive tournaments. So I am down 110,000 in poker. But I play massive tournaments. I have a few coming up pretty soon at a casino in Oklahoma. And these buy-ins are anywhere from $1,000 to $1,700. And I do those quite a few times a year. And my hope is that I will win one of these, which will be about 250 grand that I'll win. So I'll get all the money back and then some. So I am chasing my losses to a degree in poker. But again, I'm a really good player. I've been making it to the finals or day 2 in a ton of these huge, large field, large buy-in poker tournaments. So I am confident in my ability. And that's the goal, is to still continue grinding, still continue to study a ton more than I even play, I'm not a quitter, right? I'm trying to win it back. But again, I don't think that makes me a gambling addict. I have a lot of discipline in that regard. Guys, I've never done sports betting, never done DraftKings, slots, other table games, baccarat, blackjack, craps, roulette, you name it. I've never done anything except just poker. Walk into a casino, play poker. So, guys, I'm going to talk about why I took these risks now. So, I took this risk because I did really, really well in the corporate world. I found myself having almost a $750,000 to $1 million net worth at around 29 years old. And I told myself, hey, I have a shot, to be multi-millionaire young, escape the matrix. I have no wife, no kids to support. I'm not in debt, right? I have all this money. And I started studying crypto like crazy, and I took huge gambles. I have a pretty, impulsive risk taker mentality. And unfortunately, it's not paying off, guys. That was the goal is, while I'm young, this is my shot, and I feel like there was really a 50-50 chance that I could have had like 4 million right now. I've been in crypto for almost 2 years, and quit my job and just have an incredible life, and unfortunately didn't pay out. So that's why I did it. Well, now, guys, I'm going to talk about how I feel. So how does it feel being down $350,000? It feels absolutely gut-wrenching. It feels terrible. Definitely a little bit of a depressed. I just have a little bit of a less of a swagger in my step, just a little bit less confident in general. I'll be honest with you guys. And, I haven't gotten a condo. I could have got an amazing condo. I haven't got a new car. There's a lot of purchases, big lifestyle upgrades that I've put on the back burner that, now in my early 30s, I'm, not feeling like a big baller like I used to. I kind of just have a mediocre apartment. I could snap my fingers and I could buy a condo right now, guys, but all that money's in Fidelity. I want to keep it in there for now. I think I'm going to get a condo within the next 6 months is the goal. But how I feel, yeah, I mean, it feels really bad. Lessons I learned is becoming more of a Bitcoin maxi, right? Just if I were to just have gone full into Bitcoin, not only would I have been up a ton of money, but it's just so much safer. And I wouldn't have had to deal with, meme coins, degenerate utility, small cap coins. So really, Bitcoin and Fidelity, obviously tech-based mutual funds I've talked about on this channel before. That's the safe side of my portfolio. I should have just gone 100% into that. And my net worth now, if I did that, would be about, honestly, guys, 1.3 to 1.5 million. So it does sting a lot. So guys, lastly, I'm going to talk about what my plan is going forward. So I'm going to see it to the end of the crypto bull run. They say that altcoin season might be dead. The 4-year cycle is dead. Everything has changed, but, I am optimistic that once the tariffs get behind us, once quantitative easing starts happening again, and, once Bitcoin goes on another run, I am confident that and hoping that there will be an altcoin season to a degree. And when a lot of these coins break even, I'm going to drop them. I'm going to try to get a little up on some of my investments and then get out of crypto. I will hodl some Caspa for the long run. And as I mentioned, guys, on the poker side, I do study actively a ton of poker away from the table. I use solvers. I use, I'm subscribed to, pokercoaching.com, where I do, quizzes and things like that, look at charts and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm only playing big tournaments. My plan is to bink a huge poker tournament, win all the money back, and then switch to cash games, which has way less variance, way less swings, and is more reliable. So guys, thought you'd find it interesting. Just, someone in their young 30s, I'm 31 years old now, how I lost $360,000. Again, my net worth is still way higher than the average person my age. Again, I took a massive shot. My dream was always, when I'm young and when I could enjoy it, was to be a multi-millionaire. And, I saw that chance, I took it, and unfortunately it's not paying off right now. But yeah, guys, that's kind of the story, lessons I learned, how I got here, and how I feel about it. So guys, really appreciate you tuning into the channel. We just surpassed 50 subscribers, so a big milestone on this channel. Tons of content, tons of new information and self-help advice coming on the way. So like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one.